This is Star Wars releases and news for February, featuring comics, books, an RPG release, new book news, the Clone Wars Season 7, the Old Republic news, fan releases, and tabletop miniature releases. The first comic for this month is Star Wars Target Vader, set to be published on the 4th. This is a trade paperback collection that collects the 6 issues from Marvel Comics miniseries Star Wars Target Vader. On the 5th, Darth Vader 1 to be published. This comic is the upcoming first issue of the Marvel comic book series Star Wars Darth Vader, set shortly after The Empire Strikes Back. On the 11th, Star Wars Dr. Aphra Volume 7 to be published. This is a trade paperback release of issues 37 to 40 in the 3rd annual from the ongoing series. On the 12th, The Rise of Kylo Ren 3 to be published. The 3rd issue of the canon comic book miniseries Star Wars The Rise of Kylo Ren, featuring the Knights of Ren. On the 18th, Star Wars Adventures Volume 8 Defend the Republic is set to be published. On the 19th, Star Wars Adventures 31 to be published. On the 26th, Star Wars 3 to be published. This comic is set between Star Wars Episode 5 The Empire Strikes Back and Star Wars Episode 6 Return of the Jedi, featuring Luke, Leia and Lando returning to Cloud City. For new book releases this month, there is only one. On the 11th, Star Wars R2-D2 is Lost to be published. R2-D2 is Lost is an upcoming young readers comic book that will be the second installment in the Droid Tale series, featuring R2-D2 getting lost on the planet Endor. It has been announced that there will be a new young adult novel, Star Wars Poe Dameron Freefall, is officially slated for release for August 4th this year. The book will be available for pre-order later this month. The description of the book is, it has been a few years since Poe's mother, who was a pilot for the rebellion, passed away, and Poe and his father have more and more trouble connecting. Not sure what he wants to do with his life, teenage Poe runs away from home to find adventure and to figure out what kind of man he is meant to be. Star Wars Insider issue 195 is set to be released on the 5th of this month after not releasing an issue in January. For the role-playing game this month, we will see the Starships and Speeders sourcebook for the Fantasy Flight Games role-playing game. This book will feature over 130 vehicles, ranging from civilian speeders to mighty battleships. This book adds vehicles and relists existing material. There is no exact release date. Some sources are saying in Q1 of 2020, while the Fantasy Flight Games website says February 2020. There is a confirmed release date of the Clone Wars Season 7 and some more news on the episodes that we will see. The first episode is set to premiere on the 21st of February on Disney+. First episode is The Bad Batch, previously released as an unfinished story reel. The first episode is The Bad Batch, previously released on StarWars.com and the Clone Wars Season 6 Blu-ray as an unfinished story reel with completed voiceovers. We have the next episode in the Bad Batch arc, A Distant Echo, releasing on the 28th of this month. Looks like the episodes will be released weekly rather than all at once. It is currently unknown whether the Crystal Crisis on Utapau arc, previously released as an unfinished story reel, will be finished and shown in this season. This season is set to show the Siege of Mandalore, which was originally intended as the show's final episodes, taking place before and during Episode 3 of Star Wars, including some of the Order 66. Some of the Siege of Mandalore is actually shown in the 2016 canon novel Ahsoka. The Covert Missions booster pack for the card game Star Wars Destiny will be released in February, containing 5 booster cards and 1 premium die. For Star Wars Legion, we have releasing on unspecified dates in February, Phase 2 Clone Troopers Unit Expansion, B2 Super Battle Droids Unit Expansion, TX-130 Saber Class Fighter Tank Unit Expansion, the AAT Trade Federation Battle Tank Unit expansion. As Fantasy Flight Games releases Star Wars Legion, it is uncertain when and if these expansions will see the light of day due to the recent news of the layoffs. For the Old Republic news, we have Game Update 6.1, Pinnacles of Power, coming in February. The Alderaan Noble Estate is the newest galactic stronghold in Star Wars The Old Republic, and players can catch an early look at this stronghold by checking out the public test server. Be a subscriber by February 29th to unlock the new Umbaran Patrol Tauntaun mount. In the fan corner this month, for Star Wars Galaxy's private server Legends, the release of the Jedi theme park has been pushed back to early February. The Star Wars Galaxy's Legends Ewok Festival of Love 2020 is set to be released later this month. There is also a fan comic on Instagram by the users The Imperial Grunt and Blood Angel 47, which uses miniatures and applies a filter to them and adds a bit of a story. Pretty awesome stuff. Have a coffee and a comic on your Sunday morning. Battlefront 2 has delayed the BB-8 update, which was supposed to become available on January the 30th. The update's delay was announced on the forums and was due to a critical issue found during testing. The BB-8 update is set to release on the 3rd of this month. More news is expected of Project Luminous on the 24th of January. Project Luminous is said to be one story told through a series of books and comics with multiple writers assigned to different projects. All of these writers have written on past Star Wars projects. We also got a hint for Project Luminous in Star Wars No. 2 comic with some info about the High Republic. There has also been a recent rediscovery of test footage from Star Wars Underworld, a cancelled live-action TV show. A clip making the rounds includes one segment of test footage from the series, as well as a brief behind-the-scenes look at how it was made. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see anything added to this format, or if I have missed anything. That's everything you need to know for Star Wars for this month.